appreciate me
Yes,
at
you
all.
do.
Nah, not at all. Oh, I forgot to ask you, how much meat do you use when you make a meat sauce? Like we were talking about pork and
Well,
beef.
depending on how many people. Like if I were making it for you and when your sister comes, like say approximately 10 people,
Yeah.
I would have at least a pound of pork.
And you'd have how many cans of tomatoes?
Beef, and 2 to 3 cans of tomatoes.
Okay, so it'd be almost double.
Yeah. If I wanted, no, there's 2 cans of tomatoes in that.
Okay, so it'd be like 3, that's all?
2 or 3, depending.
Okay.
If I wanted just enough sauce for that day, it would be 2. If I wanted some extra sauce, then I would use 3.
And do you cook the red sauce, the meat sauce, longer than this one? Because this sauce is a little thinner, right?
This sauce? Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But the meat sauce, how long do you cook that, simmer that for?
I would cook that at least 2 hours.
And that's with the meat's in there the whole time?
No, take the meat out after I brown it.
Right.
And between a half hour and 45 minutes before the sauce is cooked, I would throw the meat in.
Okay. And how long total would you simmer the sauce for?
After the meat is in?
After you've boiled it and you put it on a simmer?
About 2, with the meat in it?
No, before you put the meat in. Total, from the time it boils and you put it down to a simmer to the time it's finished.
With the meat?
Yes.
Or without the meat?
Finished.
With the meat,
Finished.
At least 2.5 hours.
Okay. And of that, the meat's in there 45 minutes.
Yes, it's
okay.
a half hour to 45 minutes.
Okay. Now we know what we're talking about.
Okay.
And if you make meatballs,
what you do is, while the sauce is cooking,
yeah,
I make meatballs and I fry them.
Okay.
Not necessarily, you know, fried, thoroughly cooked, maybe 3/4 cooked.
Okay.
Because then I'm going to drop them in the sauce and they're going to cook at least a half hour.
Okay, so they also go in there for a half hour.
Yeah. Okay. And then, after the meatballs are cooked, you know those little pieces of meat in the pan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would deglaze the pan with a little bit of water and throw it in the sauce.
Oh, the pan you fried the meatballs in.
Meatballs in.
Ah, what'd you use to glaze it?
A little bit of water.
Just water? Really? No wine?
No. I guess you could use wine if you wanted.
Yeah, I guess. You got all that technical lingo down watching Sarah Moulton and Emerald, right? Deglaze, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. And for like you were saying before, like if you were gonna have a meal for 6 to 8 people, how many meatballs, how much meat ground beef would you buy and all that?
I would buy at least 1.5 pounds.
Okay, and how do you make the meatballs?
For a pound of meat, I put in 1 egg, salt, garlic, parsley, breadcrumbs, and a little, some water. You don't want the meatballs to be, hard and dry.
Right.
So you have, more or less, it's a feel of how they should be.
Did you ever put white bread in? Like, take off? Let's see.
And then you shape them into balls, medium size. You fry them.
In oil?
Oh, I also put a little bit of cheese.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of cheese?
A little bit of the sharp cheese. What do you call that?
Parmesan? Pecorino.
And a little bit of Parmesan and mix it. Pecorino gives it a really nice taste.
When you're actually mixing all the ingredients.
All the ingredients. Salt. And then I shape them into balls, fry them, and like I said, I don't want them fried all the way through, but I want them to more or less cook all the way in the sauce, and they'll be nice and soft. They won't be hard.
Do you use unflavored breadcrumbs or flavored? Yeah.
No, I don't like the flavored because I don't know what kind of flavorings they have in there.
Right.
I'm not too crazy about oregano.
Okay.
For some reason, it sort of makes everything a little bit bitter.
Okay.
So I like basil. If I had fresh basil, I would put basil in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Along with the parsley?
Yes. You could put dry basil too, but it's not as flavorful.
And you only use fresh parsley or you use dry parsley?
I use most of the times fresh parsley. If I get stuck and I don't have any, then I'll use the dried. So always the fresh is always a lot more flavorful.
It's a lot easier to get that nowadays too. I noticed.
Yes, it is.
And you can get small
Except-
quantities too.
No, except like if you buy basil, you got to buy a bunch.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it all at once, it doesn't keep. So.
Hannaford's has small packets of herbs nowadays.
Yeah, different herbs.
You can buy. Interesting. Let's take a look at the sauce. How's that coming?
It's coming very good.
Okay, let me walk in there and I'll
It's
take
only
a
like
close-up.
half hour, huh?
It was around 9, because we were looking at the tape and I saw the numbers. It was like 9:10, 9:12.
Yeah, so it's like a half hour.
Yeah. Cool. And that's just a nice slow